Hey guys, welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and appreciate you guys joining me for today's episode. And guys, today we're going to be talking about something that I saw yesterday while fishing Stockton Lake here in Missouri, which is about a 25,000 acre lake that we have here in central part of the state, that just disgusted me. And then I get home and I saw a video clip from the Major League Fishing Tackle Warehouse tournament that they're having at Lake Sandy Cooper right now that just disgusted me. So we're going to get into that today's video and have a little discussion on that. Also, guys, thank you very much for everybody's taking time to hit that subscribe button here to the channel, man. If you guys like the channel, hitting that subscribe button is a free and easy way to support it. Also, using all the links that we put in the channel description, guys. Thank you very much, especially everybody that's been using and bookmarking that Tackle Warehouse link that you guys hear me talking about. All that type of stuff is critical, super important for keeping the channel on YouTube, since YouTube basically kicked all the bass fishing creators in the nuts over the past summer with all the changes they made. So thank you very much for everybody that's been supporting the channel through those measures. We really appreciate that. Okay, guys, I was up to Stockton Lake yesterday, and first couple different things here I'll tell you about. I've been fishing Stockton and all the lakes here in Missouri, my whole life. And prior to I guess it started about probably 10 years ago, when you would go up there during the week, there wouldn't be anybody at the ramps. There'd be nobody there. And now when you go up there, I don't care, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, you get up there at 8 o'clock in the morning and 75% of the parking lots is full with boats. So I don't really know what's happened with that. If people just don't work anymore or what the deal is, but there's been a big change there. But one of the things that I noticed is that Stockton Lake, it's one of those lakes where you have a diverse mix of fish in it. You got, bass, you got a lot of crappie, you got walleye, white bass, that type of stuff. So there's a lot of different type of anglers that fish up there. Tournament anglers, recreational anglers, but basically a lot of meat eaters. I mean, Stockton is like, if people go fishing at Stockton, they go up there to keep fish. And one of the things I noticed in where I launched the boat out yesterday there, it's like there was a ton of boats out, and it's like, every single boat that I saw, they had this customized freaking spotlight and cheater box set up, or in the front of their boat, they've got their cheater box mounted like on a 3-foot pedestal. So they're sitting down fishing. A lot of them are. Some of them are, but a lot of them are. But they've got this live scope mounted like 3 foot off the ground so they can see it better. And literally everybody, I'm not talking about 99% of the people, 100% of the people I saw fishing yesterday, except me obviously, was just roaming around out in the middle of the lake, never taking their head off that screen. I watched them. There was a couple, cove arms that I was fishing. I was fishing a jerkbait on the bank fishing. And these dudes, they would never take their head off. They were like this the whole time. Constantly. I mean, for hours and hours and hours. And I'm talking every single one of them out there doing that. So it got me thinking about that. Obviously, I'm going to get into why here in a second. Then I got home and I started looking at some of those highlights from the Major League Fishing Tackle Warehouse tournament they're having at Sandy Cooper Lake right now. It was the same thing, guys. Everybody there freaking got their head down at the screen looking, catching those bass, spotlighting for them at Sandy Cooper. It's everywhere. It doesn't stop. It's completely polluted and freaking degraded our sport to the point where I'm just freaking disgusted. I've got to talk about it all the time because it never stops. And what this is doing, guys, we are creating, not only are we creating a generation of dumbed down bass anglers in terms of understanding the art form of bass fishing on a pure level, but we're having a situation where a lot of the bass anglers that have gotten sucked into this dark side of spotlighting for bass, their skills are atrophying in other areas of fishing. The true aspect of bass fishing, what bass fishing is in terms of an art form. Now, here's the thing about it. It's like, I look at bass fishing different than a lot of people because I look at it as the tradition and the heritage and the respect for the sport and the respect for the fish and the fair chase but basically it's not if you win or lose, it's how you play the game. And to me in bass fishing, how you play the game is everything. Spotlighting for bass is an illegitimate way of catching fish. It's a disgrace to the sport. It's an insult to the bass. It's an insult to everything that we hold dear in fishing, because it is not fair chase. It isn't. And it's like there's no equation, or there's no correlation between any other type of technology. It doesn't matter if it's a flasher, if it's a side image technology, down imaging, GPS, or anything. It all pales in comparison to forward-facing sonar in terms of being able to view fish in live imaging technology and watch those fish react to your bait, watch the fish move, watch them position, know how if they're moving left or right or up or down. It is not fishing. That is not what fishing is. And it's like, one of the things that, how I know this, other than just the obvious from my point, is I make it a point a lot of times, if I'm having conversations with people that don't fish, I'll explain the situation to them about forward-facing sonar. Now, these people, you got to remember, they don't fish. They don't know anything. They wouldn't know a freaking bass from a grizzly bear. And I explain the situation about what live scope and forward-facing sonar is. You know what every one of them says right off the bat? They go, well, that doesn't sound like fishing. That sounds like cheating to me. Thank you, exactly. Because when you're talking about fair chase and having tradition and heritage of the sport and actually fishing to find fish, which what fishing is, it takes everything away from that. And that's what we've done right now, guys, is we have created this shortcut laziness in bass fishing. And that's all it is, guys. Forward-facing sonar is nothing but laziness. It's a shortcut to success. It allows people that don't have the time on the water to excel in the sport with technology that they would not excel at normally. And I just don't understand. I don't understand why the majority of the anglers out there that have gotten sucked into this technology have not seen it. And I know what it is, because a lot of it is just instant gratification. One of the things that forward-facing sonar does to fishermen is it's all about me, me, me. It's like, what can I do to catch more fish? Is this going to help me catch more fish? Is it going to make my time on the water better? And when you do that, you take yourself away from one of the most important elements of bass fishing, which is being a caretaker of the sport and leaving something better for future generations. Forward-facing sonar does none of that. All forward-facing sonar does is take away from the sport. It takes away from the integrity of the sport and the ethics and the morality of the sport, and fishing therefore just becomes a commercial venture. There's nothing honorable about it. There's not anything honorable about seeing a bass on a freaking live scope screen and tormenting that bass with some type of a jig head minnow, chasing it down the bank for a quarter of a mile till it bites. That's not what it is. We have got to raise or start having a paradigm shift where we teach bass anglers that bass fishing is the fundamental premise of bass fishing is you fish to find the fish, because you don't know what's there, and you don't want to know what's there. When you pull up on that main lake point, the only thing that is right and honorable and respectful and ethical is you fish that point and you figure out if there's a bass there or not. You don't have a piece of electronic technology that freaking scans 100 foot in front of the boat to tell you if there's a fish there, and then if there's one there, shows you how to manipulate it and harass it into biting. That is disgusting. And that's what we've turned the sport into because of complacency and the enabling that the tournament organizations have done to keep this technology legal. And guys, make no mistake about it. You can't ever underestimate the impact that the tournament organizations have on the trends in the sport, because they set the standard for all of it. It's like all of the lures, all the techniques, they're tested in the fires of tournament fishing. And if you had had people in positions of power within Bassmaster and MLF that said, we aren't going to do this. It's like, we are not going to let this technology degrade our sport, because that's what it's going to do. We are going to ban forward-facing sonar and any type of similar technologies that come along after that. And we're going to have a baseline of two-dimensional sonar to protect the integrity and the heritage of the sport. I can promise you guys, if I owned Bassmaster MLF, that'd be the first thing that I would do. I mean, if I ever win Powerball and win $500 million, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Bassmaster and MLF. I'm I'm going to make them an offer they can't refuse on it. And the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of that damn cheater box. It's never going to come back again. And I'm going to tell the people that participate in the tournaments, you guys will honor the sport, and you guys will show respect for the sport and the heritage and the tradition of the sport, and you're not going to pollute it and corrupt it through this advancing electronic technology. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that with you about what I saw up at Stockton yesterday. Let me know what you guys think about it, and we'll talk later.